Hi, I'm Mark, and this is Let's Vibe, the channel all about crystals and our feelings. So we're almost at the very end of, well, not almost, we are at the very end of Gemini season. And we just had the Gemini new moon, and that was emotional for me. That was a good day, but well, it overall it was good, but I had some real low points on that day. There were some real heavy moments, frustration, anxieties coming up, some, not some, but quite a bit of anger, and just, I was I'd already been feeling really uncomfortable in the days leading up to that, but that day of the new moon was like the peak of uncomfortable, and just feeling like I was, I don't know, just feeling very off. But I did eventually have a kind of breakthrough that night, and started feeling better after that. And I would say that it had everything to do with forgiveness, just for in my own personal situation, and the things that were coming up for me, and the, new moons. New moons are great for planting intentions. They're also good for releasing, clearing, banishing things that are no longer helpful, or things that are just harmful. And this new moon was just perfect for tapping into the energy of forgiveness. Forgiveness for myself, forgiveness for other people in my life, or people who have been in my life. I think that made a huge difference, because I started to see how forgiveness and the energy of forgiveness allows for releasing. I mean, that might seem kind of obvious, but I'd never really experienced that emotionally and mentally. And I really experienced that during this new moon. This feeling of releasing, a feeling of relaxing and letting go. So, anyway, before before Gemini season ends in a few days, I wanted to talk about another form of tourmaline. And this time it's watermelon tourmaline. So it's a very small piece, obviously. Probably won't be able to see all the colors, but watermelon tourmaline, as the name suggests, is tourmaline. It's pink tourmaline surrounded by green. And to be honest, I mean, I have a little bit of color blindness, and I sometimes have trouble distinguishing the colors in this one. I think I have the most trouble seeing green in this. Actually, no, I see it, but it has to do with like the light that it's in and the angle that I'm looking at it. Because sometimes I'll catch the pink, sometimes I might see the green. But this particular piece is really interesting, because from a certain angle along this tip here, you can see a very faint, like, stripe of blue, and it's not like a bright blue, but it's a faint strip of blue along the tip. And so that makes this piece rather unique, because normally watermelon tourmaline does not have blue in it. And blue tourmaline, I don't have a piece of blue tourmaline. That's called indicolite. And blue tourmaline is all about, the throat chakra, third eye, intuition, tapping into those kinds of higher frequency energies. But watermelon tourmaline is all about the heart. It's very heart chakra focused. And whenever I hold this little piece, this is a powerful crystal. Whenever I hold this little piece, I definitely feel this powerful energy around my heart chakra. And it's a very strong, like, it's not just the heart chakra, it's also the higher heart chakra. This crystal really activates the heart in a deep way, and connects the heart with higher love, divine love, unconditional love, joy, and the energy of friendship. This stone is great for connecting with and working with the energies of friendship and being open-hearted in your relationships with others and with yourself. Because, all tourmalines are really very suitable for working on yourself, going deep within, and, like I've said in the previous videos, it is like a shamanic type of stone. It's very protective, it's very cleansing. Watermelon tourmaline is definitely attuned to energies of joy and lifting you up if you're feeling down or low. And so, yeah, it is really good for going deep within. It's great for seeing situations clearly, seeing situations that you're in, seeing them from other perspectives, understanding the other side, so to speak. And I think the small addition of the blue on this piece really kind of amplifies it, enhances the whole effect, because it's resonating not just with my heart chakra, but also the third eye and throat. And so this is a particularly potent specimen. And one thing I read that clicked with me the moment I read it, in Judy Hall's Crystal Bible, she mentions that watermelon tourmaline releases resistance to becoming whole. So that resonated with me immediately, and I was like, bingo, that's exactly why I get the feelings that I do when I'm holding this stone. Whenever I'm holding watermelon tourmaline, I have this strong sensation of energy shifting in a certain way. And reading that part about, becoming whole again, it just made sense. I was like, that's exactly what's going on. It's an opening, it's a removing of resistances and an opening of new space, more space within my energy field, within my heart, within my spirit. And that's what I'm really feeling. And so that's why, I mean, that's what for a long time now I've described it as just, you know, it kind of feels uncomfortable. It's not the most comfortable sensation. But it's obviously something very good, and it's very healing. So that was definitely clarifying for me when I read that. Yeah, this stone is great if you really want to work on your heart chakra, but just be aware that it is a powerful stone. It has some strong healing energies, strong energies that help you reintegrate the parts of yourself that have been disconnected. And all of that is really good, and it sounds good, of course, but the experience of it can just be uncomfortable. It can be upsetting. It can just not feel too great. And of course, that's why I always say, you know, make sure you have support around you, a mentor, a trusted friend, a therapist. Because, yeah, the emotions that tourmaline and watermelon tourmaline can trigger can be intense. Now, the song that came up for me, and that I think fits well with this stone, is Alone by Heart. Yes, the name Heart is definitely appropriate. Alone, that sounds a little bit counterintuitive, but if you listen to the lyrics of this song, it's really about like the longing of love and waiting, and I think she's singing about, you know, kind of being maybe not content with, but like settled in her singleness. And then she meets someone, and that spark of love and passion it suddenly lights that fire, and she's now, you know, can't imagine being without this person, and it's like an awakening to new love. I think that's great. That's a great song for Watermelon Tourmaline. And that song is just incredible. I mean, come on. It's powerful. Just the vocals are powerful. I love the guitar parts, the solo. And I'm gonna share the music video in the description box below, because you've got to see and appreciate the hair. It's so it's so 80s, and it's just it's beautiful. So I will include a link to the song Alone by Heart in the description box. I encourage all of you to hit that like button and that subscribe button. And don't forget to leave a comment or question. I love to hear from you. And once again, thank you so much for vibing with me.